There's only a certain amount of time before a rescue mission becomes a recovery mission, and he said most of the rescue calls that they respond to could have been prevented.
Chesterfield Fire and DMS's scuba rescue teams are ready for action, expecting to see a steady increase in calls as the summer months approach.
I'm KO Medic, and I talk about simple, life-saving skills and other crap. In this video, we are going to go over how to escape a vehicle that went into water, then how to self-rescue in fast-moving water. I was going to make this into 2 short videos, but it's likely you will need to know both skills in the same scenario. And knowing my ass, you might drown while waiting on part 2. I have been on more than one emergency standby, where people needed to be rescued or recovered from water. I have had to go off into water to rescue people. I got my boots stolen by mud on the bottom of a pond. That was fun to roll into the emergency department with one shoe. This is cliche as hell, but water is the most powerful force on Earth, and it seems like people tend to forget that when their vehicle is involved. First, forget about your cell phone, and forget about calling 911 for now. You have seconds to rescue yourself and your passengers. I will be giving away a special rescue tool to the first 5 commenters on this video, unless you say something out of pocket and I gotta delete you. If your car goes into water that is high enough to touch the door, you likely won't be able to open it due to the sheer force of water against the door. Within seconds of going into the water, the first thing you should do is cut or remove your seatbelt. Then immediately roll the windows down. Do this fast before you lose power to the windows. If you have any passengers, roll their windows down as well. If your windows won't roll down, you will have to bust them and clear out enough glass. Vehicle glass is designed to shatter into small enough pieces so that any cut should not be life-threatening. However, I recommend using your rescue tool or your fist like a hammer to clear out enough glass. Climb out of your window as soon as you break it. If you have kids in the car and they know how to unbuckle, instruct them to go out their windows. Repeat the phrase, seatbelts out your window, seatbelts out your window. If their windows won't roll down, tell them to cover their face or look away while you bust their window.
Rescuers say don't try to open the door, it's under too much pressure. Instead, lower a window immediately and start working to get kids free of their seatbelts. And release the older kids first so they can get out while you help those who are younger.
The steps are, vehicle goes into the water, get your windows down, get yourself unbuckled, get your children unbuckled, oldest to youngest.
Remember, as soon as you hit water up to your doors, seatbelts out your window. Did you know most cars actually flip upside down in deep enough water? The likely reason for this is the weight of the engine drags the nose down, and then the air in the tires flips it all the way over. Do not hesitate to get out. To hell with your car and to hell with your stuff. Save you and your family, and do it immediately. Okay, you're out of the car, but you're in fast-moving water. Now what? Certainly don't swim against the current like salmon. Hopefully, you and your kids know how to swim on your back. This is such a valuable skill to know. Even infants can learn how to flip themselves over and float on their back. Once you're in the water, flip onto your back and keep your chin to your chest. Try to keep your head up out of the water as much as possible. Use your voice to call out for help, but use your arms like paddles to keep your chest up out of the water and to get yourself turned around where your feet are headed downstream. Try to keep your toes up out of the water. Don't try to stand and walk in fast-moving water. Unseen hazards can trip you and possibly trap your feet, potentially putting you face down in the water. Many objects you encounter in the water have the possibility of dragging you under and pinning you while water flows over and around the object. So use your feet to keep yourself from impacting objects in the water, as well as to push yourself around the object. If you can't push around the object, then carefully slide over it by lifting your ass up a little. If you reach something you can hold on to, like a street sign or a tree, lock your fists together and hug tight. Congrats, you're now a tree hugger. Call out for help, but don't wave your arms. Try to get your legs around the tree and lock your ankles together. If the water rises, scoot up the tree like a little koala bear. If you have to let go, get back on your back and your feet pointed downstream. This position will conserve energy. Many people drown due to tiring themselves out. Save your energy for a good opportunity to get out of the water, such as swimming to a rescuer, nearby solid ground, or a structure you could get on top of. If you do reach a structure, don't try to stand. Belly crawl onto it. Sit down and hold on. Make as much noise as possible to get noticed. There are many hidden dangers in water. One in particular is when the ground level changes suddenly under flowing water, like in the case of a low-head dam or a waterfall. After the drop, there can be a recirculating current that is difficult to escape and often results in drowning.
So how do you survive? Here are strategies from swiftwater rescue professionals. First, try to escape by swimming hard to the side. If that doesn't work, swim hard into the current, curl up into a ball. That will submerge you below the circulation into the underlying river current, allowing you to escape.
I know this was a lot of information and not really a simple life-saving skill. Just remember, what's going to save your life in fast-moving water is conserving energy, keeping your head above water, and doing your best not to panic. Listen, heroes, please share this information with anyone you care about. I like the views and I love the comments, but I want as many people as possible to have this information. Take care.